Can you start a business from scratch within 48 hours? So last week I was traveling to New Delhi for a business trip, and while I was on the way to airport, I realized I just forgot my AirPods. I thought, what will I do in the flight? So I asked my Uber driver to just stop at a bookstore so that I can at least read a book on flight, if not listening to podcasts. He stopped me near a local market and I just found a bookshop nearby. Like all of us, I too started searching for some thinnest book in the business section, and that's where I saw this interesting book called The 48 Hour Startup. I picked the book suspiciously as I was very sure that it must be some kind of fancy clickbait title with same old repeated business wisdom inside it. But as I saw the table of contents, I found it to be quite unique from regular books on startups. As I was already getting late, without thinking much, I quickly paid for this book and rushed to airport. Once settled, I started reading the book and I must say I was totally glued to it. During my next 2 days visit, I managed to finish this book, and when I came back, I had a totally new perspective about starting a business. I myself have started and failed in multiple businesses, but never in my life I ever thought that a business can be started over a weekend in just 48 hours. But I should accept I was wrong all these years. So based on the learnings from this book and also my personal experience of 10 years as a businessman and lessons I learned from failing in multiple businesses, I have compiled all my learnings into this 7-step method, and believe me, if you diligently take the actions, follow these 7 steps which I am about to tell you now, you can surely be a proud business owner in next 48 hours. Step 1. Overcoming 2 big fears. I always had this absolute clarity that after I complete my graduation, one day I will start my own business. But like everyone, I was not very sure as what I should do. Since I have always been a big foodie, I decided to start my own restaurant in Chennai. But I remember for initial 2 to 3 months, every day I used to think so much and do nothing. I used to dream about what items I will keep in my menu, how my cafe would look like, whether I should list myself in Zomato or Swiggy, and many such questions. Now I am sure you must also live many such days and dreams where you might have imagined yourself running some restaurant or a textile shop or any other business. Sometimes you must have even imagined that even if I open this tea shop in front of my office, I would earn more than my salary, and to tell the truth, it might be true also. But why do people dream and take no action? Why was I not able to act when I clearly decided that I wanted to open a restaurant? Well, I got the answer to this question when I finally took the first step and I decoded that my only reason of procrastination was fear. Look, we are not lazy people. We do want to change our life, our situation, but we do not start any business because of 2 major fears, which is fear of losing money, or we can say fear of failure, and the second one is fear of losing time. So I explained to myself that if I do not start the restaurant immediately, I'm anyways losing time, and the money I'm not getting from customers, I'm already losing that as well. So if I do nothing, I'm already a failure. And finally, after all these thinkings and delays, I took my first step and rented a small space to open my restaurant. Rest all things rolled up very fast after that. So this first step is what you need to target for. And since we are talking about 48-hour startup, you don't have to fear as well, as all you will lose is just 1 weekend and few thousand rupees which you will give to some freelancers, as we will see in upcoming steps. So stop resting in the cult of entrepreneurs and, like me, just take your small first step. The story of every successful company in the world began this way. Someone overcame their fears and took the first step. Step 2. Coming up with an idea. Do you know what was my first business? Well, I started my first business in class 5th, and it was a business of Tazos. If you are a 90s kid, you must be knowing these Pokemon Tazos. They used to come along as promotional toy inside these Uncle Chips and Cheetos packets. School children were crazy to collect these and would even steal money from home to own these Tazos. That's where me and my Gujarati friend Milan decided to start the first business of our life. We used to collect these Tazos and sell it for a good money. Business was flourishing, and suddenly one day we were caught by a teacher and we got busted. So as you can see, if you are willing to, we can start the business of anything and everything. Now, how I got this idea of Tazo business or restaurant or my current interior design business? Well, for coming up with the business idea, I only have one approach, and I would recommend the same to you as well. The formula is solve the problem of others. Quite simple, right? So your first 3 to 4 hours from the 48 hours should be dedicated to make a list of problems you think that people are facing. It can be some local problem of people in your society, or it can even be some global problem you are seeing that people are facing on internet. As an example, the author of the book found that jams which people are eating were having lot of sugar, and so he prepared a jam only from natural fruits, and it became a super hit product which he named as Super Jam. So it can be anything which you are passionate about or anything which you yourself are facing problem with. And if you are unable to think about anything, relax. Just ask an AI tool like ChatGPT to give you a list of 50 problems that Indians are facing, and it will be a good starting point to open the Pandora box of your creative ideas. I'm not saying ChatGPT is going to give the best 50 problems in the society, but I wish it was so easy when I started because I wasted so much time reading articles and books to come up with creative ideas. So you must utilize this power of AI. Having shortlisted your idea, the next thing you need to decide is step 3, selecting your business model. I generally advise people to be the second first. Have you heard about USP? Unique selling point. People usually keep telling you that your business should be unique, different from others, and then only people will see and buy your products. But I really do not agree to this point. And especially when we are trying to start a business in 48 hours, I strongly suggest that instead of coming with some crazy out of the world idea, you should just copy paste exactly the same thing which is proven and working, which your competitors are already doing. Best example of second first is Google. It did not come with any unique idea, it just copied what Yahoo was already doing. Or let's take Instagram, which just copied what TikTok was already doing. So if such global readers are doing the copy-paste business, you also should follow the suit. Having understood this point, you need to decide which business model is best suited for implementing your ideas. There are many business models like you could sell your products door to door, like how KFC was started. You can create an app to connect people like Uber. You can start a physical shop in your local market. You can list your product on e-commerce sites like Amazon or Flipkart. You can go for affiliates, agencies, do live performance and many other things. Now, selection of business model is entirely based on the idea that you have selected. Suppose, if my idea was to start a printed t-shirt business, so my model could be to either open a store or list my design on websites like Myntra and Amazon. Since our clock is ticking, I suggest you should go for online option as opening a store in 48 hours is not possible. You can always expand later after you have done the next step, which is step 4, testing the idea. You know why my restaurant business failed? Well, it was because I never bothered to test my business idea. I thought and felt that my idea was very unique and it's surely going to be a hit. People of Chennai always wanted a variety of food, not just sandwich and burgers. Taking too many feedbacks, I increased the number of items in my menu from 10 to 300, which eventually increased my raw material costs and also overheads. If I had done small 1 or 2 days research to test whether anyone in that locality is interested to eat all the food I'm going to offer, I would have saved thousands of rupees by not investing in extra equipment, special chefs and other such stuffs. My simple suggestion for making this research is go and check websites like Amazon. You will find how much a product or idea is in demand, which are the best sellers over there. Go to this website called Google Trends and you will come to know how your idea has been performing in recent months and years. You can even go to shops and ask the shopkeepers that if I start this business, will it be a good thing? And believe me, people are more than happy to help and even give genuine advice and suggestions. So this kind of small research, which will hardly take few hours out of 48 hours, will be a first line of defense against bad business ideas. And if you find out that the idea and business model you selected in last few hours was a crap, then yes, you are right. It was really a crap and you must restart from step 2. You may miss the 48 hours deadline if you select 3 or 4 bad ideas, but believe me, you won't feel as bad as I felt when I had to close my restaurant after wasting 2 years of energy and investment. So once your idea has passed this research test, the next thing you need to work on is step 5, the product. Now, hopefully, the above 4 steps would be completed in first 15 to 20 hours. And now, you need to focus on producing something tangible, which is nothing but your product. It could be anything based on an idea, like it may be some article, some soap, chips, pizza, shoes, or even a video if you choose YouTube videos for educating as your product. But since in step 3, we consider an idea of printed t-shirt, let's take the same example for product development. Now, there are 2 approaches. Approach 1. You yourself are a good artist and will prepare the prototypes or designs to be printed on the t-shirt. Approach 2. You're just like me, having little knowledge on designing. If you fall in approach 1, then congratulations. You just save upfront few thousands of rupees as an investment. But do not worry if you fall into the approach 2 as well. There are hundreds of websites these days where freelancers, students, youths and other experts are providing these designs and editing services at almost free of cost. You can go to websites like Fiverr.com and see if you can get expert services for affordable pricing. Just tell them your exact requirements, colors and patterns. In no time, your professional looking t-shirt prototype will be ready. Now, let me tell you a hack I use at this stage to make a best product. You can go to sites like Amazon and read the customer review of the product you are trying to create. Filter the review so that you only see those ones which are 3 stars or less. Read these reviews and do everything which a weak competitor did not do. Suppose they say that your t-shirt fades away in 1 month, make sure you use the cloths which are of good quality and likewise remove all other defects. That's a free source of expert comments available for new businessmen like you. But you may ask, How will I get my t-shirts printed? How will I arrange initial money to buy so many plain t-shirts? And where will I keep all these new t-shirts? So relax, you do not have to buy or print any t-shirt. You just need to do the next step, which is step 6, branding. Having created your own product, the next thing you need to do is advertising. You need to portray to your target audience that you have created something which is the best. Now believe me, if you are deciding to become a businessman, start accepting that others are much smarter than you are. Start having a mindset that there are people who are much talented, much better than me, and I need their help to get success. So if you want to start a business in 48 hours, you cannot waste your time learning how to run ads, how to make a website, and many such other things. With this mindset, I would again suggest you to go for some expert freelancers who manage such advertising day in and day out. With few thousand rupees, you will come up with some professional looking name, title, description, and images of your new product. If you have created some physical product, let's say a candle or a flower pot, you may even hire a professional photographer to click some best images for uploading on various websites and social media. With a very small investment, you will get done everything which has stopped you till date from taking action, thinking that you do not know how to do things. Now, coming back to a printed t-shirt design, so we actually do not have to buy even a single t-shirt. We just have to get a design listed by these freelancers over various e-commerce sites like Myntra, Meesho, Amazon, etc. And we need to contact other service provider who just prints the t-shirt and delivers directly to the address you provide. There are many such businesses which do this model, and thus your entire business is on the web. You need no office, no godown. You need to hire no one, just you and your profits. And once it is done, you need to focus on the last and most important step, which is step 7, getting the first customer. I remember how I got my first customer when I started my interior design business. I too hired a freelancer and did everything I just discussed in step 6. I also got my website made by a freelancer. But you know what? I did not receive any order for so many days. I tried Facebook ads for lead generation, but still there was no conversions. That's when I got reminded of what my friend had told me. He said, anyone who's trying to make a purchase online, it's very natural that even before reading the specifications of product, they will go to the review section. If many people have bought it and reviewed it good, then only he will scroll up and think of buying the product. And that is exactly the point. As a new entrant in the market, no one will believe in you till you have some proven record. And thus, like me, you also need to approach your friends and family to be your first customer. My first customer was my cousin who asked me to design his house. Similarly, you also ask your close ones to try out your new product and give a genuine feedback of it over various websites and social media platforms. As a t-shirt business example, I would suggest to give few t-shirts as a gift free of cost to your friends and cousins, and in return, get those 5-star ratings and reviews on your social media platforms. Once you have enough reviews and ratings, you will start getting the external orders as well. But remember, you must target to get the first 3 customers anyhow in the first 48 hours. So friends, this is a 7-step method using which you can easily start your business in just 48 hours. But remember, this is only for starting the business, and once you have got the first 3 customers, there are many more procedures for setting up legal business like opening a company, setting up GST number, etc. And again, I would suggest that if you manage to reach up to that point, just go ahead and hire some expert. Before I close, I want you to remember one last thing. Do you know YouTube started as a video dating website? People were supposed to upload their video introducing themselves to find potential dates, but it was a total failure. People started making fun and started uploading random videos, but YouTube found an opportunity here. It rebranded itself as a video uploading platform and completely removed the dating angle. So similarly, once you have started your business in 48 hours, you should be open for customers and market feedback. Be open to learn and be flexible to change your product the way everyone in market wants it to be. And that is exactly how great businesses are built. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel, and where you will find many more such videos in future to become a better version of yourself. Till then, stay happy, stay rich, bye.